For our last experiment, we'll be testing the solution type for each of our batteries. We have 4 different solutions, and we will be looking again at the amperage, and this time we'll be measuring the amperage at time 0, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and 120 seconds. We'll have the multimeter again on the left-hand side of the screen, and right above that we will have the timer. We're going to be keeping the size of the electrodes and the type of electrode constant during all 4 solutions. So we'll be using copper and zinc again, and then you'll notice the size of them we're keeping constant as well. So the only thing we're changing, the independent variable, is the solution type. For our first experiment, we'll be testing 3% Sprite, and so let's get started. So I'm going to connect the copper electrode to the positive end and the zinc to the negative end. I have amperage set on the multimeter, and again the timer is at the top. And as soon as I place these into the 3% Sprite solution, we will record our time 0 amperage, and then again at 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and 120 seconds. All right, ready? Here we go. All right, start the timer. Coming on 30 seconds. Coming on to 60 seconds. Coming on to 90 seconds. Coming on to 120 seconds, or 2 minutes. All right, that concludes trial 1. Our next solution is 2% coffee. Now I'm going to wipe off my electrodes to get all of the 3% Sprite solution off of them, because I'll be using an entirely new solution now. And we'll be doing the same setup as before, same electrodes, same size, same orientation, and the same intervals for time. Let's get started. Time 0. Start the timer. Coming up to 30 seconds. Coming up to 60 seconds. Coming up to 90 seconds. Coming up to 120 seconds, or 2 minutes. Great. All right. Our third trial will be with 5% vinegar. We're going to wipe off the electrodes again to get all of the coffee solution on it. And then we'll be testing the exact same thing, again, keeping the same electrodes, same size, same intervals of time. Everything about it is the same except for the solution, 5% vinegar. All right, time 0 begins now. And start the timer. Coming up on 30 seconds. Unmute. Coming up on 60 seconds. Coming up on 90 seconds. Coming up on 120 or 2 minutes. Okay, that concludes trial 3. And our final solution is 4% sodium chloride, which we've been using for our other experiments. Again, I'm going to wipe off the electrodes. And everything about our setup is the same. And we will start with our time 0 reading. Start the timer. Coming up on 30 seconds. Coming up on 60 seconds. Coming up on 90 seconds. Coming up on 120 seconds or 2 minutes. That concludes trial 4, and that concludes the experiment for solution type.